I was 16 years old. I remember walking to the car, but don't recall getting into it. We were driving about 10 minutes away from our destination when the accident occurred. Blackness for a flash, quickly there was white light, sound a hum, rushing, wind-like, much faster than I would have guessed from reading others' accounts of a tunnel, but that does describe it. Then, total darkness, but not in the sense of a darkness that prevents the eyes from seeing, because we don't need eyes here. Darkness is just a word to describe the void of possibility, lack of limitation. Complete wholeness, where there is no need to see. I understand that all is well, and this is all far more real, beautiful, sensical and loving than the material world I had previously thought was life. I know that it makes no difference whether I return to my body. This is where I distinguish myself in thought from the natural wholeness. There is a body and I briefly turn my attention consciously to the noise and activity going on below, where there are people scurrying around in states of extreme turmoil. I feel no attachment, even to my friends in the car. I never even wonder as to the extent of their injuries. I know there is an option to just go on and not return. When focusing on the question of returning or not, I separate from what I can now describe as natural wholeness, or sky-like essence. This is when thinking starts in a language form. I begin to narrow, specify, limit focus to what can be understood within normal context. There is no value judgment or sense of purpose, and I am not really sure why I decide to return. It is like I already understand, on a level that requires no dialogue, so I don't need to go through the process of getting an explanation. This occurs about the time they were putting me in the ambulance. Slowly I begin to associate with my body again, and a few hours later, I am again interacting with it. It was years later, after a lot of that silliness, that I calmed down enough to begin to make sense of it all.